We're here with Zach Johnson, and we're going to get his pro tip on playing in the wind.
For me, playing in the wind is all about approaching. I try to get it as close to the pole as possible. The closer the putt, the easier it is. So I really focus on, fighting the wind depending on which direction it's coming from. If it's coming right to left, I go with the sidearm. Left to right, I go with backhand just to fight it with the fade. And I try to get it as close to the bottom of the pole as possible to make the putt easier.
We're here with Nick Lopez of Westside Discs, and he's going to give us a tip about throwing in the wind.
I try to keep it pretty simple most of the time. If I'm throwing into a headwind, I slow the disc down. Personally, I go long bowman quite often, sometimes boatman. Faster disc is going to act faster, it's going to turn over if it's not really overstable. Keep in mind, right to left and left to right is going to make the disc do the opposite of what you think. So you want to go a little bit understable right to left, left to right, you want to go definitely more overstable. Keep it simple and play low.
Alright, we're here with Denise talking about how to play in the wind.
Alright, so when I'm playing in the wind, especially when I have a headwind, if I'm trying to drive, I usually take a pretty stable driver and I'll try to power down just a little bit so that I'm flipping it up into the wind but not overpowering it. And then for putts, I'm a spin putter, so that helps already, but I just try to keep it really flat and put a little extra spin just to make sure it gets there and the wind doesn't mess with it too much.
We got Jordan Castro here. He's going to tell us what to do when playing in the wind.
All right, one of the tips that I will say is make sure that you play smart. Learn the angles, learn the release, how you release the disc. Anything that you release high, take into effect the wind's going to carry it. So if you got a huge crosswind, right to left, put it out. If you got a headwind, club up. You got a tailwind, club down. That's what I recommend. Being from the Midwest, learn this super quick.
We're here with Eric Oakley, of course, talking about how to play in the wind.
For me, I like to be as smooth as possible. Trying to get the disc to come out with less off-axis torque. So if that means I need to slow down and be more conservative, I will. Getting the disc to come out smooth means it'll be less affected by the wind. And also, I like to try and spin the disc a little bit more so it cuts through the wind. Now, we can talk about disc selection, and yes, headwinds, overstable discs, tailwinds, more understable discs. But understanding what understable discs will do into those headwinds and how overstable discs will act in tailwinds will help you in the long run in battling all of the courses. So take the time in the field. If you have a wind, go and throw in it. So be smooth and allow the disc to cut through the wind.
We're here with Tina Stenais, and she's going to give us some tips on playing in the wind. My main tip for playing in the wind is all about keeping the disc flat. The more exposed any part of the disc is to the wind itself, the more it's going to be affected. So for instance, if you have a crosswind and your disc is on an anhyzer, the wind will come up underneath it and push it further right. And same if it's on a hyzer, it's going to push it further down. So just consider keeping it as flat as possible and trying to throw the same shot that you would normally throw. But I do cheat a little bit myself, and if there's a headwind, I will usually stable up. If there's a tailwind, I will usually throw something that has more glide and is a little more understable. When you have more tailwinds, you can use more understable discs and get a little more flex lines out of them, just using that wind to help it glide out. Thanks for watching. Go follow Whale Pants on Facebook.